Hi, Dr. Morgan here. Like my brother, the captain. If we film a human from a higher plane, we see shadows of the mind with a greater universe. Also, there's T, like in GT or AF, that goes through that universe. But I call it Vajra. It's like most scientists, I'm into the occult. Use the Mandela machine, which extends the mind shadow to have infinite Vajra like a cheat code in games. Now we've made a child of destruction with unknown power. I give you Genocyber.
So, after a new military thing in Southeast Asia and a summer of debates, the armies will be disbanded and they will unite all military forces like Robotech, but probably for dark use like real life.
Hey, you failed me again, Starscream! Time for the beatdown! You failed me again, Rat, and next time I'll have you neutered and eat the parts!
And so, as he lay dying, he saw an angel to bring him to the next world, with art film style graphics. Psych! Really, he lives and he sees a blonde by a body. Then, the news talks of an allied space force in orbit, like if the Earth wasn't flat or something. And the nations giving up freedom of their own arms for security of a bigger group owning them, like being in a union, or the mafia, or slavery. And private research groups under the Gov would be freelance, like if the Maruta were right about Unit 731. Oh, and the body was an assistant professor at the Quran group.
Now I can finally get to check out that group.
This boy has a lot of psychic potential.
It's been 14 years since the incident.
It was an accident, like the Princess in the 90s, or Lincoln.
That tower looks like Metropolis or Urotsukidoji too. It's Elaine's collar that controls her Vajra.
Elaine is vital to my research, like Dragon Ball Z to FUNimation, so I may use your mechanical body like the item you are.
She targeted Elaine, not the Seinfeld one, but I hope one day we send that thing back to HE double England.
One scene of Elaine acting feral or flu-shotted, at Rat bringing her groceries. They go to the roof and she uses her power to feed him, not having to use her hands like a sucker.
Elaine's more stable than ever.
This is the best chance to get her back.
Dad, am I only here to deal with Elaine?
I made this machine for you, as you're the only one who can control her Vajra.
But you don't know how to use it and can lose control if upset. Ah!
Know your place, slave.
This footage is gay. It's losers being losers. Wait, that girl looks like that other girl. Kinda. Not really. Wow, earthquake.
And so, the news says Elaine was kidnapped and on home video of an ice guy, but the news is often wrong. Then Sly gets paid for his info looking like the kid of Terry and Geese. Then here's that Rat got a girl.
Nice girl you got there, Rat! Too nice! I'd say we make sure you don't want her anymore.
No! He's grabbing my parts! They're ruined! Now I gotta have them removed!
Hey, I'm trying to get with this blonde!
Time to go home, Elaine. I'll protect you. She escaped to another dimension, but that wiener kid with her can make it easier to track.
And so, Wakayama listened in on communications and stomped through the ground like a Mega Man X-Boss, then stops the train with some mech thing.
We got supplies and the slum kid.
Yeah, there's bugs eating my brain. Gotta get 'em out. Yeah.
Stay back, Diana. Her Vajra's too much for you, so use your Vajra to enter her mind and control her like the government does to teens to make them go postal.
I won't. It's not safe. She won't hurt me because she's not mad but fears you, especially after you sold her to that celeb for 2 hours.
I need both of you for my research, and after it's done, you both can be regular girls. You can trust me. I'm a scientist. We aren't mortals swayed by greed or bias, but gods who do only pure logic and humanity for the betterment of man. If we were bad, we'd admit it.
You're right. I trust the science.
14 years ago, I found Dr. Morgan was making a super weapon with psychic power to replace nuclear, but it center blew and iced Morgan and his woman. Then the research vanished, and 5 years later, Morgan's assistant Kenneth Reed became the head of the crime group. But some say it was set up and the girl was Morgan Jr. Tanya Morgan was pregnant at the time and lived long enough to give birth. Then a month later, my informant who told me this got iced in an alleged heart attack thing. Tanya kept her kid hidden and Kenneth's woman is her sister. Now to stop Kenneth with his info, so the world isn't ruined.
And so, Davey finds everyone in the hospital was butchered, and we see guys in masks like Mischief Makers on N64, which came out after this. And they're led by Ken, an old scientist like Mischief Makers. And when Davey wakes up, he's vivisected.
Elaine, we gotta come home to be with Dad. He is not the father. He's gonna whack us. Fine, I'm done with you. Not sure why my metal claws don't bust your neck like a baby's head in a vice. Time to make a wish. Wait! Mercy! Some us or we shed your friend like a California kid in her mom.
And so, Elaine has an autism attack and screams for a while till her sister gets her through the back, and Rat has good memories with her. Then we get blood flowing from her womb and a gold leg like it's the Kyoto in Urotsukidoji, and she burns off and goes into her sister like a psychodynamic metaphor on reason and instinct, or science and spirit, like beast machines.
We are taking her back to Tokyo.
It will do no good. She's dead. I blame Elaine. I should have bummed her dead when I had the chance. Elaine lost control of her Vajra, and it overwhelmed Diana, who iced her cause she can't control her. Like the government when someone don't consent to mandatory evil. They were born with a lot of Vajra, and it made Diana a cripple and Elaine a feral, but with many mind channels, and Diana found out by reading her mind when Elaine slept.
That is the biggest load I ever had.
Diana kept her in check, but she grew and increased in Vajra, so I made a new mandala after Doc Morgan's design, but he expected one kid, and when a second came, he wanted to fuse their powers, but they needed money, so he brought you guys in.
Let's bring him to Tokyo to explain why Elaine vanished.
You ruined it, Diana, 'cause you iced Elaine. If you had guts, I'd cut you open and sodomize them.
And so, Diana has a memory of her parents, then Kenneth and friends end him, and then deliver the sisters.
If you knew Kenneth wasn't our dad, you should have said so. I didn't know my purpose, so I did what I was told. I was only following orders. I was gonna be a part of you. What do I do when my life isn't mine? Kenneth is all I know. Stay out of my mind. It's all I have left. You're already dead. I won't be your vehicle.
Elaine! I'm a ghost! We had fun, but at least I didn't get my parts removed. You were a good friend. The one person who didn't have my thing grabbed. Time for a hard time in solitary in Dante's Inferno. See you there.
And in a howl of despair, Hong Kong was wiped from existence. What a dark ending. Everyone died. What is this, Gona guy? At least I had the guts to whack the kids. You won't see this in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Elaine! It's okay, Diana. We're alive.